everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your yarn host, Jennifer, and I know I just showed Premier Yarns yesterday, but I have word that a new yarn is releasing today from Premier, so I wanted to come and quick show you this yarn. This yarn is really, really pretty. I got really excited about this yarn because I'm going to tell you why. This yarn is wool, so if you don't like wool, you're not gonna want to touch this yarn. If you're allergic to wool, if you don't like it. So this yarn was sent to me from Premier Yarns. This was not a purchase. This was, hey, they're giving me yarn support for the channel, which I'm totally grateful for. Do you guys remember I made this beautiful hat with the Othello yarn from Koigu? Okay, I really like knitting with bulky yarns because it works up way faster and it feels more squishy to me than a thin, like, don't get me wrong, I love a thin yarn, okay? I love a thin yarn. I love a lightweight project, but winter is coming and the cold has really set in here in Virginia, and I know there's much colder places north for me, but I really enjoyed making this hat and I liked it so much. I made one from the Serenity candy yarn because I wanted the same, like, wild color effect. I wanted it to be colorful, and I really liked the way it turned out, okay? So when I found out Premier was releasing this new yarn, which is called Poppy, which is a wool, and it is full of colors, much like the candy from Serenity, it made my little heart so happy. Now this is 80% acrylic, it's 20% wool, so it's got the best of both worlds. This is very much like the, what was the name of the yarn? Woolly? I think it's Woolly. I think it was W-O-O-L-L-E-Y. Let me double check. And Premier also has that, I think, on their website. So Woolly. It was So Woolly is the name of the other yarn. Very similar to this. It comes in solids and it comes in wild colors. And it's 40% wool, 60% acrylic. While this is 80% acrylic, 20% wool. So if you are really sensitive, if you have sensitive skin to wool specifically, this is probably going to work up a lot better for you because less wool, it's a little bit softer, it's a little bit squishier. It kind of feels like a mix of Premier Puzzle mixed with the, what is the name of that yarn? There's a wool that Premier Yarn has. It's like a mix of those two yarns. What is the name of that dang yarn? Is Just Yarn? No, it was not Just Yarn. What is it? See, now my brain is like, yeah, we don't have a clue. All right, fiber wool. Let me look it up real quick. The Stitch Please yarn. That's what it reminds me of. It is a mix of like puzzle with Stitch Please is what that feels like. I have shown the Stitch Please on the channel. The Stitch Please is not like the softest yarns. It's not the softest wool. I'm spoiled by wool, okay? I like a real soft superwash merino wool. This is not that. But there's so much acrylic in this that I don't think it's going to really bother you if you have really sensitive skin like I do. Well, let's see if we can make my face turn red. Nope. Let's hit some sensitive parts. I'm scrubbing. Maybe a little bit right there. But like I can touch myself and I turn red. It's really soft. And I really like the colors. And hang on. I do have the colors. I was going to say it's not released yet. I don't have the colors. I absolutely have the colors. I forgot. See if I can figure out where I put it. So like I said, this is mostly acrylic yarn, and it reminds me very much of the puzzle yarn. Let me open my little thingy up again. I have it. All right. So they're actually releasing two yarns today. One is, and they're both really fat, chunky yarns. The other one that they're releasing today is the Premier Basics Super Bulky, which I don't have any of that. And that is, it comes in a ton of colors. So if you like bulky yarns and you want to make something warm and thick and all that good stuff, right now is the day. It has been released today. Okay, so the Premier Basic Super Bulky is a 6 Super Bulky. It's 98 yards. And it comes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 18, 19, 20 colors. Beautiful. Okay, and I haven't felt that before, but it's the Basics line, and I have not had a single problem with any of the Premier Basics yarns. They are my preferred value yarn because they're lower priced, but they're still a really good yarn. And then today, of course, we have the beautiful Poppy, and I had a really hard time picking the colors. So this again is also 98 yards because it is a super bulky number 6. I'm good. I have 3 balls of this colorway, which is the color Cosmos. Which I'm thinking, is it Cosmos like the flowers, or is it Cosmos like the universe? I really think it's Cosmos the flowers, but isn't this pretty? And this is what it looks like worked up. And for once, they actually have the swatches in crochet, which I am so here for because I mean crochet, come on. So these are some of the colors. We have Cosmos, Festival, does that say Ginger Root? Ginger Root, that one's really pretty. It's like blues and golds. Pop Art, which I was looking at the pop art. I really like the pop art. What does that one say? Chai Latte. I'm reading this backwards on my camera. Kimchi. That is very accurate for kimchi. Vino, Sundown, Bonsai, Quarry, Good Vibes I also am in love with, Watercolors. This one is probably my favorite, which I didn't get this one, but that's fine. What does that say? Parakeet. I love that colorway. Portobello, Summer Market, and Herb. So, how many colors was that? Oh, did I get them all? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 different colors of the Premier Poppy. So, that's what we have. And I really like that because usually when they give you a workup sample, they show you what it looks like knit. Like when the puzzle shimmer was released, we got little knit samples. But I like that they actually did this in crochet because, I mean, they go kind of hard. Like all yarn companies go kind of hard on the knit samples. And especially with wool, like they're going to show you a knit, period. And I was like, ooh, crochet, because that's what I planned on doing with it, was crochet with it. And like I said, this is very similar in feel. And the way it works up, I don't know if it works up the same as the So Woolly, because I've used the So Woolly. I've made things from the So Woolly. It's very heavy and like squishy and lush. And this is, like I said, it's more acrylic, so I don't think it's going to be as woolly as the So Woolly. Hang on, Mr. Cinnamon is, of course, trying to call me right this second. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I had to send Mr. Cinnamon to the store because my niece's birthday is coming up and she asked me to make her something and I don't have the type of yarn she needs to make her something, so I sent him to the store and he has no idea what he's doing. And I don't have enough time to order the yarn for Premier before her birthday because when I went to go order it, it said it wasn't going to be here till after her birthday. I was like, that's not going to work. So I sent him off on a quest to find purple velvet yarn. Yeah. So anyway, back to the Poppy, which I'm so excited about. And the reason I'm excited about this is because A, it's soft and squishy, but also like it's these bright colors. And I really, really like the way these hats worked up. And so that's probably what we're going to do, is we're going to do a couple of hats. I was thinking maybe a crochet version and a knit version, because I just got an email today that someone wanted to know what tutorial to watch to make a hat. I'm like, well, we can make a hat together. It'll be fine, right? So maybe that's what we'll plan for next week, is 2 hat tutorials for PL maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But we're going to probably use the Poppy colorway. And of course, it's a super bulky number 6 yarn. But if you can't use this because of the wool content, another substitute would probably be the other yarn that is releasing today, which is the basic super bulky, if you wanted to use that as well. It's obviously not as colorful, but you know, I really like the way this yarn worked up and looks. And I kind of want to do a little swatch. Are you guys down for going down to the table and working up a swatch with me? Yeah, let's do that. All right, so this actually recommends for gauge a 9mm crochet hook, but because I am unable to stand up and look around for a crochet hook, I grabbed the one I could reach, which is 8mm, and you can absolutely center pull on these donuts very easily. I don't know if you know that, but you absolutely can. I just wanted to work up a quick little crochet swatch so we can see in real time what it works up like, what it feels like, what it looks like. I love the colors on this. And then watch my foot, bud. Alright. So like I said, I'm just using an 8mm hook. And the swatch, even though the swatch on the flyer that they gave me is crocheted, it's also double crocheted. So I want to see what this looks like in single crochets or half double crochets, because we know that different stitches can look drastically different. And yeah, I'm doing half double crochets right now. I would suggest a bigger hook. I probably would use a 10mm hook if I could reach it. Hang on, let me ask Little Man for help. Hey Lucas! Lucas! Can you come help me? I'm gonna have him grab me a 10mm. Alright, he got me a hook. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alright, let's try it with 10mm. Because this is a fat yarn. It's fat. Alright. Yeah, that feels better. That feels much better. Alright, I'm going to start with half doubles. This is going to make a nice dense fabric. So if you want it to be less dense, I would suggest a bigger hook. If you want it to be more dense, smaller hook or needles, whatever. Alright. So as you can tell, it's got like a really thick fabric to it. Very colorful. This is half double crochets. I really like that green and the blue together. And this it reminds me a lot of the So Woolly yarn because it's so thick and bulky. I think this would make a really nice heavy cowl or a scarf. This would make a really nice blanket. The problem with the blanket is the washing instructions. What are the washing instructions? Because this is wool. Alright, there's the washing instructions. So, it looks like it's a lay flat to dry type situation. Do not iron. So, at least I think that means lay flat to dry. Yarn laundry symbols.
According to the crafty...
Alright, shush. Oh no, hang on, hang on. That is tumble dry low temperature, so you can tumble dry this on low temperature. So you could make a blanket, essentially. I thought that was lay flat to dry. I don't know why I thought that. I'm really bad with remembering these. So, wash at 40 degrees Celsius or 105 degrees below. So, wash in a cool wash. Do not bleach. tumble dry, low temperature, do not iron. And I don't know what that A stands for. So there you have it. You could essentially make a blanket. This would probably make a really nice blanket, like a squish blanket. Alright, so that's half double crochets. That's how it works out. Let's try some singles. Do a couple rows of singles. And whatever you do, this is going to work up super fast. This would make a really nice hood. I'm thinking, I know that I've made a hat out of this thick yarn, but this is going to make like a really thick hat. So you want to be really cold if you're going to make a hat out of this yarn. But this ain't letting nothing in. Like, it's going to be warm. I definitely want to make a knit hat out of this. So we got a couple of rows of single crochet put in there. I really like the way the color is coming out. That's really the one thing that drew me to this yarn. Because I live in a warm climate. I don't work with really thick yarns very often because of that. And what really drew me to the yarn is the colors. Because it so much reminds me of the hats that I've made recently. Or the Serenity Candy yarn. Which is just 100% acrylic. You see how colorful that is? It's kind of giving me the same vibes. Even though this is a crochet swatch. I just think these colors are outstanding. You see how fast I worked up this big old swatch? I'm trying to think of what else I could make with this. Hat, scarf, cowl, a hood, like a hooded scarf, or a hooded cowl would be fantastic. Definitely like a blanket or a mat, like a mat, you know, a big squishy mat. This is really pretty. I really like the color, and it's soft. It does not feel woolly at all. There is minimal amount of wool in there, but look at that color. Fantastic. All right, so I'm definitely gonna be working on tutorials for a hat out of this, and 2 hats. I'm gonna make a knit hat and I'm gonna make a crocheted hat. So I gotta play with the numbers because this is so thick. It's gonna be a little. It's a lot thicker than the Othello yarn. So yeah, we're gonna do a knit, and I know this is a crochet channel, but I do knit as well, and I have had a lot of people ask me about hats lately, and I thought this would be a really fun yarn to do a knit hat with. So I'm just gonna leave that swatched up, and we're gonna put that back together. So thank you so much for joining me for this new yarn release from Premier Poppy. And don't forget, they also have the just 100% acrylic bulky yarn, which is the Premier Basics. What do they call it? Premier Basics what? Basics. Super bulky. So if you don't like the wild crazy colors and you just want like a number 6 super bulky in the solid colors, well, you can do it out of that too, because that should be 100%. Yeah, it's 100% acrylic. And then this one is just 20% wool, and it's like so many beautiful colors. Just, I'm so excited about this yarn. I really like the parakeet a lot and the pop art. Remember, that's the parakeet. The Good Vibes is really pretty too. And this is like a pastel one. Cosmos, that's the one we have. Pop art is like kind of red, white, and blue, but looks like there's orange in there as well. A lot of fun. So if you worked with the So Woolly, you're going to get a kind of idea how this stuff works up. But yeah, Premier is killing it with the new yarns. They are really doing a good job coming out with new and exciting products, and I'm really excited to be a part of this. And I'm really excited to share with you guys these beautiful yarns. And I'm really excited to be able to work with them and give you guys tutorials on what to make with them, so we know how to work with them, what works best with them. And I can give you guys a more thorough opinion on, you know, how I feel. Like, look at this color. I'm sorry, I got distracted. It's so pretty. You see how there's just like a little hint of pink right there in between the yellow and the white and the little bit of green right there? This yarn's pretty. All right, thank you so much for watching. I will put the links to this yarn in the description box below if you're interested. I will be making hat tutorials probably next week or in the upcoming week or two. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys, and have a happy weekend. Have a fantastic weekend. I will see you Monday morning. Bye.